Hello, everyone. Welcome to our podcast. I'm Alice.
And I'm Bob. Today, we're diving into Christopher Nolan's latest film, Oppenheimer. This movie has been making waves in the US and around the world. Have you seen it yet?
Yes, I have. I found it absolutely fascinating. It tells the story of J. Robert Oppenheimer and the creation of the atomic bomb. What about you, Bob?
I watched it last weekend. I was really impressed by how Nolan combines historical events with personal drama. It's not just a war movie, it's deeply psychological.
Exactly. We'll explore various aspects of the film today, including its themes, characters, and cultural significance, while also looking at some language elements for our listeners.
Let's start with a brief overview for those who haven't seen it. Oppenheimer follows J. Robert Oppenheimer, played by Cillian Murphy, as he leads the Manhattan Project during World War II. The film chronicles his intellectual journey and the moral implications of his work.
Right. The film features a star-studded cast, including Emily Blunt as Catherine Oppenheimer and Matt Damon as General Leslie Groves. Did you know that it's based on the biography American Prometheus by Kai Bird and Martin J. Sherwin?
I did. That book provides a lot of context about Oppenheimer's life and the historical events that shaped his decisions. I think it's fascinating how Nolan weaves personal and political narratives throughout the film.
Absolutely. The nonlinear storytelling keeps viewers engaged and encourages them to think critically about the characters and their motivations.
Now, let's delve into some of the central themes of Oppenheimer. One prominent theme is the moral responsibility of scientists. Oppenheimer struggles with the consequences of creating such a destructive weapon.
Yes, it raises important questions about ambition versus ethics. At what point does scientific discovery become dangerous? I think this theme is particularly relevant today, especially with advancements in technology.
Exactly, the film prompts us to consider the impact of our choices. For instance, Oppenheimer's ambition drives him to create the atomic bomb, but he later grapples with the devastation it causes. This duality is something many can relate to, especially in high-pressure environments.
Another theme is the conflict between idealism and reality. Oppenheimer initially believes in the noble cause of defeating fascism, but he faces harsh truths about the implications of his work. How do you feel about the balance between idealism and practical reality?
Let's talk about the language used in Oppenheimer. The dialogue is filled with sophisticated vocabulary and scientific terms. For example, phrases like nuclear fission and quantum mechanics pop up frequently. These terms can be quite challenging for language learners.
True, but they also present a great opportunity for vocabulary expansion. I loved the quote, "Now I am becoming death, the destroyer of worlds." It's such a powerful line. What do you think it signifies?
It highlights the gravity of Oppenheimer's realization about the destructive power of the bomb. The tone and context really amplify its impact. It's a great example of how language can convey deep meaning.
Absolutely. And the film uses a mix of formal and colloquial language, which makes it more accessible. For example, scenes between Oppenheimer and his colleagues often include technical discussions, while his interactions with Catherine are more intimate and emotional. Let's dive deeper into the characters. Oppenheimer is such a complex figure. He's a genius, but he's also deeply flawed. His internal conflict is portrayed so well. What stood out to you the most about his character?
I think his relationships with others, especially with Catherine and his colleagues, reveal a lot about his struggles. He's torn between his ambition and the consequences of his actions. It's relatable for anyone who has faced tough choices.
Definitely. And the character of Lewis Strauss, played by Robert Downey Jr., adds another layer. His antagonistic relationship with Oppenheimer illustrates the political tensions of the time. How did you feel about that dynamic?
I found it fascinating. Strauss represents the complexities of power and influence in science and politics. His desire to undermine Oppenheimer adds to the film's tension. It raises questions about loyalty and betrayal.
Exactly. The character development throughout the film is exceptional. Each character embodies different aspects of the moral dilemmas faced during that era.
Understanding the cultural context is key to appreciating Oppenheimer. The film is set during a pivotal moment in history, the development of nuclear weapons. It raises questions about power, ethics, and national security. How do you think this context affects our understanding of the film?
It's crucial. The historical backdrop makes the personal dilemmas even more poignant. The film not only reflects the anxieties of that era, but also serves as a cautionary tale about scientific progress and its potential consequences.
And it connects to contemporary issues, such as climate change and technological warfare. The themes of responsibility and ethical decision-making resonate across generations.
Absolutely. Engaging with the cultural context enhances our viewing experience and encourages us to think critically about the implications of our actions.
Speaking of viewing experiences, let's talk about audience reception. The film has sparked a lot of discussions online. Some critics praise its depth, while others focus on its historical accuracy. What have you seen in your discussions?
I've noticed that many people are debating the film's portrayal of Oppenheimer versus the historical figure. It's interesting to see how viewers interpret the story differently. Engaging with these discussions can really enhance our understanding.
Many viewers appreciate the film's cinematography and score as well. The music by Ludwig Göransson complements the emotional weight of the story beautifully. Did you have any favorite moments?
Definitely. The scenes depicting the test of the atomic bomb were both visually stunning and haunting. They really captured the gravity of the moment. To wrap up, we've explored Oppenheimer and discussed its themes, characters, and cultural significance. It's a film that encourages deep reflection on science, ethics, and personal choices.
Absolutely. I encourage everyone listening to watch the film if they haven't already. And think about the questions we discussed today, such as the moral responsibilities of scientists and the implications of their work.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed our discussion. Don't forget to subscribe for more engaging conversations about films and language learning.
See you next time.